During these summer vacations, to be more specific late July and early August, the world saw the return of the worldly recognized sports event, the 2021 Summer Olympics Games in Tokyo. After being delayed an exact year thanks to the other worldly recognized event, the COVID-19 pandemic and quarantine, the Olympics were ready for its long-awaited comeback. We would finally see the world united once again to compete in various sports. It's not just traditional, but also worth seeing. It's the world's largest and greatest competition. And yet, I didn't hear a lot from it. To be honest, I may have heard a thing or two about its existence, but honestly, to me, it wasn't that big of a deal. During the time in which the Olympics took place, I could say I had bigger things going on, such as taking a break of a long and stressful semester in school and, was enjoying my vacations. I was entering the world of Five Nights at Freddy's, again, also known just as FNAF, and knowing about the news that the new game, FNAF Security Breach, was delayed again. There was also that I was battling anxiety and depression, as well that I was worried that we didn't have anything in relationship to the MCU's Spider-Man third movie, No Way Home. Not even a goddamn trailer. Trailer which, when it came out, it was the best of the best. It was better than amazing. Totally worth the wait. And if you haven't watched it, you totally should, because it's everything a Spider-Man fan has been waiting for. But in case you've been living under a rock during the past 3 months just like me, here's what you need to know from history, context, general information, and some facts about the 2021 Tokyo Olympics and the Olympics Games in general. So, let's begin. The actual first recordings of their existence, or the closest thing we have to an origin, dates back to Olympia, on the ancient Greece, around 776 BC. During those times, in the games, there was only one event that consisted of a 192-foot race called the Stade, origin of the modern stadium, and only male freeborn citizens of Greece could participate. The games became so popular around the 6th century BC for the Greek people that they started measuring the 4-year period between Olympics as Olympiads. However, after the Romans took over Greece starting in 146 BC, it would take up until 393 AD for the games to actually vanish alongside other festivals under the mandate of Emperor Theodosius I. It was until 1896 that the Olympics came back, after the Frenchman Baron Pierre de Coubertin proposed the idea and 12 countries accepted. Athens served as the first host of the games with 43 Olympic events. And just like that, the games were reborn. Nowadays, the Olympics are a multi-sport international symbol, if not the main symbol of perseverance, triumph, sportsmanship, and international collaboration between all countries around the world. They are divided in two separate groups, the main Olympics and the Paralympics for disabled people, both with either a summer or a winter event, alternating every 2 years. Both of these are organized by the International Olympics Committee, summarized as just IOC, with years of anticipation in order to be fully prepared and free from any complications. In this case, on the 125th IOC session on September 7th of 2013 in Buenos Aires, Argentina, the global organization held a reunion alongside representatives to discuss many Olympic matters. On the first day of the meeting, the vote to determine the host for the future 2020 Summer Olympic Games was proposed. The vote was between three possible candidates: Japan, Turkey, and Spain. At the end, and after 3 voting rounds, Tokyo was chosen as the winner, as you may see in this graph over here. Yes. This outcome meant that Japan was now going to be 4 times host of this important event, while it was Tokyo's, Japan's capital, second time. So now everything was set. And after the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Summer Olympics and the 2018 Pyeongchang Olympic Winter Games, the world would now wait for the next 2 years to see the most important international sports event in all its glory again. However, as you may know, around March of 2020, the world saw another major global event, but this time it was unexpected. The introduction of the COVID-19 pandemic changed the world forever, and as expected, the Olympics Games weren't the exception. The opening ceremony, representing the beginning of the event, was originally scheduled for July 24th of 2020. Nevertheless, Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach agreed to postpone the event to 2021 by only 1 year. This was to protect the well-being of athletes, public and personnel for the Olympic Games, but also with the hope that the pandemic would be over for that date. Of course, we know that that wasn't the case. We have been stuck for over a year in the pandemic and seemed like nothing had changed. However, the IOC decided to keep its promise and continue with the Games for 2021. So in July 23rd of this year, we finally saw the beginning of the opening ceremony, giving start to the long-awaited Summer Olympics. The Games feature a total of 339 events, with 33 sports, including branches of them as well as those that made their debut on this Olympiad, as surfing, skateboarding, sport climbing, karate, and baseball. However, as you may see in this list, these are all sports that were shown in this year's event. And around 11,483 athletes from 206 teams competed in the Games during the 17 period of days. But when finally the Games came to an end on the scheduled date of August 8th, and during the 2021 Summer Olympic Games, many teams won lots of medals, while others just a few, and some others none. These are the top 3 team medalist results, including those of my country, Mexico. In first place, we have the USA with 39 gold, 41 silver, and 33 bronze medals, a total of 113 medals. In second place, we have China with 38 gold, 32 silver, and 18 bronze medals, a total of 88 medals. And the third place was Japan, the host, with 27 gold, 14 silver, and 17 bronze medals, a total of 58 medals. Let's move to Mexico in the 84th place, with 0 gold, 0 silver, and only 4 bronze, that making a total of 4 medals. Now imagine that you're talking to a friend about how much you love sports and how you're one step away from being the perfect human specimen, when suddenly your friend asks you what were your favorite Olympic moments this year. You may have not seen the Olympics, but you sure did watch this 10-minute video, so here are some interesting facts and controversies about the Olympics that you might want to know. Fact number 1. During this Olympics opening ceremony in the Parade of Nations, there were 2 flag bearers representing each country, 1 male and 1 female, in order to promote gender equality and according to the sanitary restrictions thanks to COVID. Controversy number 2. Michael Andrew, an unvaccinated American swimmer of the US team, refused to wear a mask during the post-race interviews, arguing that breathing was the best for his health than protecting what's coming from his mouth. Fact number 3. The 5 new included Olympic sports came off a 26 list of sports, including iconic like American football, golf and rugby, and other urban activities such as parkour. Parkour! There's a chance that one or more of those sports on this list might show up on the next Olympiad. Controversy number 4. Laurel Hubbard, the first transgender Olympic athlete in her first and only participation of the women over 87 kilogram weightlifting event, was something controversial during this event. While many praised her and motivated her, there were many others that critiqued her participation, from either critics or competitors, commenting that the unfairness of the situation. And even though she didn't win any medal, she can be proud of herself because of her accomplishments as well as for who she is. Fact number 4. During the Olympic broadcast, TV presenters and reporters decided to cosplay as iconic anime and manga characters, including Avatar: The Last Airbender and Naruto Shippuden, trying to pay homage to Japan's greatest and most recognized cultural influences around the world. I must say that during the elaboration of this essay, I gained a totally new point of view on how to perceive the international sports event. I learned about the history, the different processes that have to be completed in order to prepare the setup and the games itself. Learning about the facts and controversies around the athletes allow me to understand them more, both a sports view and as a person's view. Being of course my favorite moment the anime references. But as I said before, the Olympic Games have always been a true symbol of sportsmanship and teamwork. A reason for all countries, for all people to unite during this sports event and witness the limits the human body can go through in order to not only achieve victory, but also see the will and dedication that we as persons can have when we give our heart and soul into overcoming obstacles and accomplishing our goals. Even though that when I was younger I used to see and remember the Olympics appearing more of an important event than nowadays, that doesn't have to mean that it's lost its value. The pandemic may have already affected us enough to actually see the changes in our lives, but I believe we must never forget what centuries and centuries of dedication and hard work meant, because it still means something, and it will always mean something. So, hello there again. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want more of this type of things, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to give me some feedback, write it in the comment section below. I'll try to improve it for future videos. All references and music links are down below in the description in case you want to check it out for yourself. And with nothing left to say, this was Paco, the depressed astronaut, and we'll see us next time. Bye bye!